Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So let's have a look at Ancient8 or the A8 token. This is a layer 2. If you don't know about it, basically Ancient8 is the gaming layer 2 on Ethereum backed by Dragonfly Pantera, hashed Coinbase Ventures and Makers Fund. Pretty big investors, I would say. Ancient8 offers like a suite of Web3 gaming infrastructure tools that serves as distribution and marketing channels for like games globally. So if you look at like the ecosystem, they do have like fairly big ecosystem, as you can see here. Most of them are of course like games. As you can see, if you look here, there is Stellar Forger, there is Zone 9, Pocket Quest. After that there is like Honey Beach, as well as On-Chain Clash, as well as a Pirate Frenzy and much more, as you can see here. Now this is a gaming layer 2, so that is like where its utility comes from. So basically, if you look at the token has a max supply of 1 billion. As you can see here, out of which around like 419 million tokens are in the circulation. So like around 42% of its total supply is in the circulation as of now, and that it gave like 32% to the community, 10% to the seed round, 6% to the private round, like 20% to the team, 2% to the advisors, 5% public distribution, like 10% liquidity and 15% treasury. So basically in total like 16% goes towards investors. Really interesting. And if you look here in terms of like vesting, this is how it looks like. So basically investors as well as like private rounds as well as seed rounds, they like should have started to receive their tokens. Like for the private rounds, it was like from 6 months, and for like the seed round it seems to be from like, if you look here, there's a cliff for like 12 months, and for the private round it's like 6 months, and for the team same thing. Now if you look at when the token came out, it came out basically I think in July of 2024. So like as of now, private round investors should have like received their most of the allocation, and whereas for the seed rounds, they I think should be receiving their allocations as of now as well, along with the team. And that does explains why the token has been struggling like really hard, as you can see here. Although its market cap like did actually ended up hitting like for like 100 million back in December 2024, but that the token has been struggling. So like from the July of 2025, there were like investors token unlocks like for the seeds, and if you look here, that is exactly when the token started to struggle. And as of now, it did actually hit the market cap of like 12 million, and because like it became like a really low cap token, it is like really easy to move this token. And if you look at the volume, the most of the volume is on the BitHump, and the spread is also like really low, and there is a possibility that this is pump and dump because 52% of the volume is on BitHump, and it seems like that this surge happened due to the BitHump like pump. So this seems like that the Korean are like pumping this token, and there's a possibility that we could see a massive crash as well. Anyways, now in terms of like its utility, so the token can be used for the governance and in-game / product utilities as well. So basically like NFT minting, users can mint unique NFTs, like there is in-game purchases as well. After that there is product subscriptions on Ancient8 chain as well. So it can also be staked as well, and users to get some points and some other things as well. So really strong utility. If it was to be used as gas fees, it would have been much like, I would say it would have been much easier for this token to get more traction, but it is what it is. Anyways, now if you talk about its price, as I said, the token is going up due to like BitHump, I believe BitHump pump, and I did check like their Twitter and their X. There is nothing that is like that much big news, or at least I couldn't see a big news around like Ancient8. So as of now, it seems like that this massive surge is happening due to the BitHump like listings, or sorry, BitHump's like BitHump exchange, and because of that the token is going up. And even if you look here, 52% of its volume is on BitHump, followed by HTX and Coinbase. So again, I think this surge is due to like BitHump, and like if you know about Upbit, whenever the tokens like on the Upbit like see a massive pump, they usually do go down after that. So this is most likely a pump and dump. That is my conclusion as of now. Now that doesn't mean that it won't go up. There could also be another news that I'm missing, but I can see it as of now. So if there is like some kind of solid news, there's a possibility that this pump continues, because if you look here, Ancient8 or the AI token still has a market cap of like 22 million, and it did actually peak somewhere around like 100 million. So there is a possibility that if you look here, it was holding 40 million really well. So there is a possibility that it goes as high as 40 million, and if it does go as high as 40 million as of now, there's a possibility that it hits like that, like a 10-cent level if it goes as high as 40 million. But again, as of now, as I said, this is most likely pump and dump, so there's a possibility that there will be most likely traders who bought it somewhere around here, and they could actually just like wait for like some users to like buy in somewhere around here, and they can whoever is actually buying the token here is basically a liquidity provider, so they are most likely dumping the token as of now as we speak, as you can see. But again, there's a possibility there, if there is some kind of new news that may actually come out in a couple of days, there's a possibility that like Ancient8 could see another like wave of surge. So most likely, as of now, I think the best, if you are interested in this token and if you want to buy this coin, I think the best entry is going to be somewhere around 4 cents. Of course, it is a riskier entry, but if you look here, there was exact surge, same surge like that happened back in 19th November, as you can see, that. So basically it went from 3.7 cent to as high as 7.7, and after that it actually hit a new low of 2.8, and now it did break this high, so that's very interesting. But again, I think if it doesn't stop at 4 cent, there's a possibility that it hits a new all-time low. But again, there is also another possibility that the token basically hits 4 cent, and after that we see another big surge like this from this token. So maybe something like that, I'm not sure. And if it hits a new high, there is a possibility that like it may actually end up going as high as 10 cent. That is what I'm looking at, if it makes a new high after hitting 4 cent. Anyways, I think this is clearly pump and dump, but the reason like I think why the token is surging is because at some point it did like have like over 40 million market cap, or even it was holding 40 million really well, as you can see here. So I think there's a possibility that it is trying to go back to that mark. But again, as of now, there are like investors token unlocks happening as well as team token unlocks. So as of now, I think the team, or most likely these investors, are trying to create a liquidity so that they can take a profit. I'm not sure, that could also be another case. Anyways, I think I covered pretty much everything. Thanks for watching.